And good morning. Welcome to Sports Talk for Saturday morning. No train whistles behind us today like we did on Thursday morning. We're out there, and then I think you want to get out of here to take your youngsters to see the train show. It's just great.
I've got to go take pictures of the trade show, so
you
I could give you a camera.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, you just came back from White, so what happened there this morning?
The Rotary Club does a fundraiser where they sell tickets for grocery grab, where you have 5 minutes to get all the groceries that you can in
5 minutes,
carts.
yeah.
5 minutes.
No
one
help,
minute,
yeah.
1 minute in meats and 4 minutes in the rest of the store. Has to be edible. And Ryan Cox won, and he was just on the move. He was on the move, and he did very well.
Set the record, right?
Set the record. $2,300.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of groceries.
And it's I don't know how you get that, but
He was on the move.
yeah. And the meat, that's an expensive, but you
But you only get two of each.
Two of each.
Two
Two prime ribs, two
And it
turkeys.
has to be edible.
Two
Hams,
two. Wow.
And you fill the cart and you rush the cart back up, get a new cart, and go back at it.
Okay, so it's all your own. No one can help you.
No.
Wow.
But it was fun. It's always fun to see. I've done it for years, but it's fun to see somebody just go that fast
Sure,
and get
yeah.
that much stuff.
I think he probably scoped the place out.
I think
beforehand.
he had an idea of what he wanted to do. Yeah.
Okay. Well, 2,300. Well, congratulations.
Yes.
That's a great Christmas.
It's a great fundraiser for Rotary. It's just fun to watch.
It's a fun kind of thing. All right. Well, very good. Okay. Well, we're going to talk about basketball. I might mention I invited Andy Kennedy to be on this morning because he's always somewhere on a Saturday wrestling with his team. Well, he's out of town, but I wanted people that were trying to get him on there. He's going to come on 2 weeks from today. He said he didn't have a match 2 weeks from today, so we're going to have him on. But so Andy's up.
You're going out of town.
Yeah, I'm heading down to Texas and going to go down and see what's happening down there. And the weather's supposed to be about the same as here, I think.
It'll be a little warmer.
Heading down to Georgetown. Have you ever been to Georgetown?
Yeah, I've been through it.
Yep, beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful city down there, right north of Austin.
Yep.
And they have good eating places.
Oh, yeah, which we always look for.
Okay. All right. Well, Rachel's with us. Good morning, Rachel. We missed you last week, and you're feeling better, I hope.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. All right. Let's talk about. We talked with Robin about the games before that. You have one game to talk about, and that's Tuesday Beloit. Beloit, pretty good ball club.
Yeah, they're a little different built than previous years with Sydney Johnson graduating, big 6'2" presence inside, and so they get out on the perimeter and play the perimeter a little bit more with their bigs and aren't necessarily an outside threat and more of a attack the basket sort of team, and so we went in with playing our man defense, which we're best at to begin with, and then we threw a little zone at them. And I thought defensively we did okay. We gave up too many offensive rebounds, but offensively we struggled finding the basket. So ultimately, the offensive rebounds we gave up and our poor shooting, we lost by 13. It was a 7-point game, I think, with 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. We couldn't catch a little mini run to really get back in there. But if we saw them again, I think we'd be right in there. And they just, we were still battling sickness. I think by the time it's all said and done, we'll have gotten probably 80% of our team. And so we had some girls returning that had sat out for a while, and that just affects them and affects their shot and their conditioning. And so it was not the way we wanted to end 2018, but we did a lot of good things before Christmas, and we're looking to keep that consistency and continuity and continue in for the new year.
I saw the stats. I noticed that, like you say, nobody really got hot.
Yeah, no, we couldn't string together 3 or 4 good possessions, and we've done that this year, and we just couldn't find it this game, and we'd get stops, but then we couldn't convert on the offensive end, and so I think just a couple possessions, it would have made a completely different game.
You mentioned illness and everything. How have you had your full starting five yet this year? Have you had the plan
The
on
first
maybe-
game.
Yeah, first game. Okay.
Everybody was well then.
Well, you know, we've played 6 games, and I've had 5 girls play all 6 games of our,
Really? Wow.
15 or 17 that have had a chance to kind of suit up varsity. So, and that's for a variety of reasons. It could have been sickness, or we have had a couple injuries here lately. But once we can get that consistency, I have several girls that I don't mind throwing in the starting lineup. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me who necessarily starts the game, because we've got 9 or 10 girls that are very interchangeable and bring different things to the floor, and
So for Christmas, are you going to get a giant bottle of Purell or?
I think we've already had our turn, so
Yeah, okay.
I'm hoping we're good for a little while anyway. But yeah, it's just one of those things. It kind of got the whole school system, and
Really?
we'll see once everybody gets together at Christmas. But it's one of those things you just have to deal with every season.
And it seems like every year that something runs through the school. I don't care what, grade school or middle
Yeah.
school or high school, it runs through and everyone, the majority of the people get sick from it. Do you feel that coming in to Christmas now that this is going to be a good break a little bit to maybe get all your people healthy, or?
Yeah, well, I think just a good mental break. My girls are very sound academically. They take their studies very seriously, in which they should. I don't know what our collective team GPA is, but it's right up there. And I think the end of the school year here was kind of stressful for them in the classroom, and that's hard to separate from the floor. And so I think it was just a good break. I mean, who's not ready for Christmas break when it comes around, So I think I'm expecting a refreshed group of girls when I see them again on the 28th.
Okay, so
So-
that's my next question. So you give them some time off to spend with their family and everything. You come back the 28th, right?
Yeah, we could have practiced yesterday, but I gave it to them off. We're all ready for Christmas break,
Yeah.
and then Keisha kind of sets a period in which you can't have contact, and so the 28th is the first
Okay.
day back that we can practice. So.
Is that, there's the C tournament in Hill
That's
City,
just
right?
boys.
Just
Yeah.
boys?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. So we don't have any games until the 4th.
So Keisha says you can from what? Today?
Starting today through the 28th. Yep. Mhm.
So they make that's a ruling.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing. Can they go? Can they even go in the gym and shoot around?
No, it's
Or
just
anything?
kind of like a dead week.
Sure, well, I understand.
I mean, completely different than Nebraska. I think Nebraska probably starts with Christmas tournaments the day after Christmas. So.
So they have to wait, like the B team boys. They have to wait until
Right.
one
Yep.
day?
Yep. Keith and I will start rolling again on the 28th.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. It's amazing. So, anything particularly that when you come back for the practice? Well, coaches like a little time off too, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, maybe you like to be out there every day.
Well,
teaching.
it gives you kind of break the season down into parts, and you have the first part before Christmas, and you see what things you did well and what things you want to adjust, and you have a chance to look at your personnel and kind of see what you have there, and then the next period is from here till the tournament, the league tournament, and so you got a chance to kind of think about some things you want to install over break, some different things that you want to throw at the opponents after Christmas. So no, it's any break's good, and this is a good one. So.
Is Beloit in our sub-state?
They are not this year.
Not the- okay.
It very well could have fallen that way. It was a little bit different than the volleyball sub-state. The basketballs are. Sub-states are. So nope, they're not in ours. They go east to Riley County.
Okay. So who'll be in our sub-state? I'll be talking to.
We've got some Lions in southeast of Saline, and I'll probably miss one, but Keith can pick it up.
Sure.
They're kind of down there. It's at Hoisington.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
And then Norton and us and TMP from the Mid-Continent League.
Ellsworth?
So there'd be one more. And Smoky Hill would be 8. Yep, thanks. Yep.
Okay. Do you like having tournament early in the season? like you did. Russell?
Yeah,
You like
no,
that?
yeah, that's good. I mean, it's a good way to get games quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get 3 in a week, and you get a chance to see different opponents and get a chance to evaluate your girls that maybe you couldn't separate in practice and throw them out there against a different team and see what they have to offer. So
And do you look at it? A lot of kids look at it 3 seasons: before Christmas, after Christmas, and postseason play. That kind of way.
yeah, just kind of break it up into chunks and just evaluate each chunk. And you know, a lot of things can happen, whether it's injuries or maybe some girls peak. And you know, you just want to put the best combination out there that you can.
We definitely have the numbers this year.
Yep, yeah. Every year we've had good numbers. So
I'm going to ask you this.
Number 6.
Through the years, I've heard this, and you as a player, and do your teams really peak? I mean, can you get your team to peak at a certain time of the year, right before tournament time?
Well, I mean,
what do
you
you do to
try.
get them there? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
What do you
figured
do?
that one
How do you
out,
get them to
right?
peak? I mean, is it attitude or a mental thing, or what is it? You know, I've always wondered, how do you get a team to peak?
Well, I think you have to kind of understand your team. You have to understand what makes them click and what makes them go, and kind of just adjust your practice schedules accordingly. I can think of a few years ago when we peaked right before the tournament or going into the tournament, and sometimes you look back and you think, man, what was that one thing that I did?
Yeah.
You know, you never know, and sometimes you'll try something and it's not what you need, and a lot of it, I think, is just the girls understanding the scope of the situation, and they just bring a little extra. So we'll see if we can
Okay.
flip the right switch.
I'll throw in about the peaking.
No. If you're a Chiefs fan, you know that you peak the first half of the season, and then you wait for the big death spiral.
I'm going to ask you about. I know you have to leave to go take your pictures. I want to ask you about the Chiefs a little bit. Okay, so you had a little time off now, and they'll come back on the 28th, and Coach Doodle, I've mentioned this before. During after Thanksgiving, after the kids have been off for a while, it was called the turkey practice. You really had them running the mountain and the whole thing there. Do you find that when your girls come back after being off a little bit, you kind of have to get things going?
Yeah. You know, I'm thinking since the weather's supposed to be pretty nice this Christmas break, they'll be able to get out. You know, because it's always pretty cold that they can't get out. It's too cold, but. No, you know, and that's just part of it. It takes us a few practices to get our legs back underneath of us, and they know it's just one of those things.
Sure.
As a player, I remember, you know it's coming. You just got to get through it and get your legs back.
Okay.
So,
who do you have this morning?
first one I have is Jenna Hoover. She's a junior. She plays inside for us. She definitely doesn't have the inside build for us. She does a great job, and one of the reasons we have her inside is just her ability to jump, and she's a great rebounder. And an advantage to her playing inside for us is it's a disadvantage to the other teams. She can shoot from the outside, she can defend on the perimeter, and so she's just a very versatile forward, I would say. Plays a pretty big role for us. She stepped in and started a couple games when Ashley Babcock was out. And otherwise, she's our first post player off the bench. And so she knows she's going to, be watching for foul trouble or for somebody who needs to spell. And she's in, and then, we're just rotating. And she's done a lot of really good things for us, mostly on the defensive end right now, just because it is kind of difficult for her to get some shots off inside, not being as tall. And, there's some big girls in our league inside, and she works hard defensively, and offensively she'll find her shots, and like I said, she can drag them out from outside the paint. So good leader on our team. She plays some good JV minutes for me and does a really good job of leading those girls, and she's a communicator and just the last Hoover to go through.
Okay.
So
Last two.
Yeah.
Well, here they've been for a while.
yeah, this is the third one. This is the
Really?
third one.
Okay.
So yeah, we appreciate what Jenna brings to our team. So
Standing on the bench there, the sixth. She's basically, I was going to say sixth man, sixth woman, right? So basically, your sixth Sixth woman, girl, whatever.
Person.
Yeah,
person.
Yeah, six, yeah. Oh, you're being.
Well,
okay.
correct. Yeah.
Okay. You're sitting on the bench, so do you have an idea about when you're going to get the word to go in? Can you tell about the way things are going out there that you might be getting ready to go in?
Either when someone's dying,
Yeah.
and we just kind of make eye contact, and
Yeah.
she says go in for whoever.
Okay. So how do you get the word to go in? Eye contact?
Yeah, pretty much.
She doesn't holler at you or anything?
No, she tells me who to go in for, but sometimes I forget.
Sure. All right. Okay.
So with the height disadvantage, what do you have to do to work for a shot, an open shot?
An open shot?
There's no open shots, right?
I think I can handle the ball pretty well for most like posts, but
She does a good job, like faking inside
Yeah.
and utilizing her pivot foot and getting someone somewhere with it. So she finds some ways.
And she can jump, right? So
She can jump.
okay.
Yeah, she can jump.
That helps.
And on rebounding, are you one of those? It's position, knowing where the ball's going, and
I try to be.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, it's after a while you can kind of figure out. Okay, if it's on this side, it's going to go to that
Yeah.
side. Just need to get in position for it.
Is that do some players really have that to know where that ball's coming on the rebound?
Yeah.
They say they do. You know, he's always been.
Well, there's a lot of truth to that. I mean, we talk about how rebounding is just effort. You don't have to be the tallest, the fastest, the strongest, and reading the basketball. And some players, it's a little bit easier, I think, for guards because they're a little bit further away from the basket, so they have an opportunity to really see the trajectory and see the angle that they think it's going to clang off the rim or backboard. And so, the down low girls, they just have to try to put themselves in a better position than their opponent. Whether that's pushing their opponent underneath the basket, whether that's seeing that it's a long shot. And some places we play, the rims are just more bouncy, and so that you'll just have longer rebounds than others. And so it takes a little bit for them to adjust to that, but yeah, it's definitely something
Do you get very many put back opportunities?
I've gone a couple this year.
So obviously you got the rebound, but does the height, someone taller than you, does it bother you much?
Not really.
Really?
Yeah.
Kind of used to it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You figure I know what I can do, and we'll see what you can do. And it has to be good if you fake someone out and get around them, right?
Yeah.
And they always said taller ones are easier to fake. Is that right?
we'll have some that when we scout them, we'll recognize, hey, this is a really aggressive player that likes to block everything.
Okay. Well, what other sports do you do, Jenna?
I do volleyball.
Volleyball. Do you do spring? Anything in spring?
Nope.
You don't play golf or
Nope.
run or throw or anything like that?
Nope.
As a junior, do you know what you want to do? I usually ask the seniors this, but when you graduate, do you have any idea what you want to do?
I've looked into like occupational therapy, but you never know. Things could change.
And if you go to college, you'll change your major 7 times. Probably. Did you change your major? Eddie?
I did not.
I
did not.
I changed mine about 8 times.
Yeah.
I was going to be a doctor, ended up anyway. But did you?
No, I kept the same major.
Yeah,
Kept the same major.
That's great.
Ended up doing something different, but other than that,
What about coming into the season? What do you think? What did you think you're going to be able to do as a team? I know everyone has a goal of going to state, obviously, or doing that kind of thing. So
I think it was just the fact that we only lost like my sister last year, so it was just like we weren't downgrading. We would just keep going forward and keep like getting better as a team.
any team you like to play?
Definitely Norton.
Okay, that's changed through the years. It used to always be Smith Center. Now, that's changed a little bit to Norton now, I think, because they became.
I'm just glad they like to play someone. I
Yeah.
mean, we've had some girls on here that they're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, you have to have that one team.
And you have played some, Central that has the experience at Russell.
Central Plains, yep.
Do you feel that by playing teams like that you were better coming out of that after playing a team that's really, really good? How do you feel?
Yeah, I think that's just a learning opportunity.
Who had the job of guarding the Yukon girl? Everyone calls her the Yukon girl.
Yeah. Well, we shared that responsibility.
Okay.
Let's see the first. Well, let's see. Kylie Soliday didn't get to play the second game, and so it was Kylie and Lexi Beach and Lexi Wood got to guard her. So
Is she pretty good?
yeah, she's as advertised. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, that's good.
Yep.
You get the good ones.
If you have UConn looking at you your sophomore year, you've got some talent.
Yeah.
I heard they were looking at her in the 8th grade. I don't know whether.
Yeah, there were some Big 12 schools, I think, Oklahoma State and that were,
Wow.
But that talent you don't stay hidden with talent like that.
No,
So they're going to find you.
Okay. What are you doing for Christmas?
Always spending time with family. I don't think we're going out of town.
What do you want for Christmas? What do you want Santa to bring you?
A lot of stuff.
You got your list? Okay.
I bet there's something electronic in there, isn't there?
Yeah.
It has to be electronic.
It's always.
Yeah, electronic stuff. They don't give hobby horses and stuff like that anymore.
Yeah.
Do you watch much TV?
Netflix.
I gotta ask you. You watch Polar Express?
Not this year. I've watched it
You know,
before.
we were talking about that Thursday morning. I've seen that so many times. I know it backwards, I mean, if I'm channel surfing, I come across that wherever it is, I stop and watch it.
Stop and watch it, yeah.
Watch it because it's really a great holiday movie, with It's a Wonderful Life and all those other things. Okay, so anything else for Jenna?
Just like the last Hoover. This is hard to believe.
Yeah. We hope that you have a good Christmas.
Thank you.
And the second half of the season comes out and go for it. Okay, fine. Thank you, Jenna.
Thank you.
We'll take a break, yeah. Okay, we're going to take a break, and we'll come back and talk with the second guest this morning from the girls' basketball team after this timeout.
You have been teams since 1884 when we first opened our doors. This is Lloyd Culbertson for First National Bank and Trust. It's a place filled with friends and neighbors who want nothing more than seeing you happy and better off. First National Bank and Trust in Phillipsburg, Logan, and Long Island, Smith County Bank and Smith Center, Solomon Valley Bank, Beloit. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Richard Miller, our guest this morning, the girls' basketball coach at Phillipsburg High School, and you have another young lady you brought on this morning.
Yep, I have senior Kylie Russell. She's a guard, and she's back with us. It was about this time last year that we were talking about her having to have surgery.
Right.
And so she is. We're past the 1 year anniversary of that.
Wow.
That was.
So everything's fine.
Yep, she's doing great. It's it's still a work in progress, but she's out there, and that's the main thing. Mm-hmm. And she had quite a bit done to it, and so she's doing quite well considering all of those things, and we just enjoy her being back. Like I said, on the floor, she brings an immense amount of energy to our team. She's a communicator. She's a vocal leader. She leads by example. She's going to go hard, and if she's not going hard, then I know something's wrong. Mm-hmm. And so this year she's kind of my sixth person as far as a guard. She's kind of my first guard off the bench. Her role is to go in and just light a fire if it needs lit, and keep the fire going if it's going. Okay. And along with that comes good defense. She's always been a very good defensive player. Her defense was always ahead of her offense, and she did a lot of work last year before she got hurt in improving her offensive ability. And she's already splashed a couple threes this year in her time out there. Yeah. So, she still looks for a shot when she's out there, but she knows her main purpose is to play hard defensively, and to communicate and like I said, just keep the team going. And her knee, yes, it is a 1 year anniversary, but it's only allowing her to go for so long, and then she'll come out and then we'll put her back in. Sure. So she's doing a great job with that, and I expect nothing less of her the rest of the year. And So we're glad she's back.
I know you don't like to think about it. You like to talk about your knee. You have to be a lot of rehabilitation. It's been a year. And are you still doing stuff to make it stronger?
Yeah, my athletic trainers want more lifting, things like that, running on my own, just trying to keep my strength up. But I just try to pretend like it's not there.
Okay. You try to, hopefully you forget about it, right? And just go ahead and go hard.
Yep.
And you mentioned then you could tell. Do you think with that makes you a little harder to go full tilt a long way, or?
Yeah, my brace really restricts me. I don't like it at all, but it's something I'll have to probably have for a long time. So,
Okay,
How did you do last year?
in the Amos Morris tournament last year, I fell on it funny, hit something weird. Yeah.
She was trapping in our press, and she jumped. I mean, it was a freak deal. She jumped up to deflect the pass. When she came down, she knocked knees with the opposing player prior to landing. So she kind of landed, hit the knee. I guess it was kind of simultaneously.
Yeah.
And I kind of have some like hyperextension, so that doesn't help my case at all.
So getting back in on the rehabilitation, you say you still walk on your own and everything, but do you have any exercises that they tell you to do? And you still have to see the doctor once in a while?
Yeah, I still see the doctor every once in a while, but I did a lot during when I was still in rehab and stuff. But since then, just basketball will keep me busy with keeping up with that stuff. If I wasn't, I would have other things that I needed to do.
Do you play volleyball?
I played tennis
Could you
this
year? You
Well, I played volleyball my last 3 years, but I wasn't released for activity until like into July.
Okay.
So I played tennis, just kind of
Okay.
slowly get back into it. So that was a little different for me this
That's a
year.
good way
Yeah.
to do the tennis. You do a lot of running in there and stopping and all
Yeah.
that. So what's your favorite part of the basketball? The defense, you said you feel the defense
Yeah,
is your strength?
defense is definitely my favorite. I think especially this year, just with all of us really getting better with our communication and stuff, it just makes the whole game a lot better. And just the connection that we all have as a team this year is probably my favorite part, something that is really improved versus my last 3 years of playing.
You got the threes that are front.
Yeah, every once in a while.
So you like the threes, right?
Yeah, I'd way rather pass to Kristen, but I'll take it every once in a while.
I asked Jenna this about on the bench, about when you're going to get the word to go in. You have that feedback.
Yeah, I
What's
usually
going on?
know when it's about time, but I'm always on the edge of my seat. I'm always ready, really ready.
And as a coach, you kind of is that the back of your mind? We're spending too much time probably on the injury, but in the back of your mind, this is she's about had enough here. Is that a thing?
I mean, no. I mean, I can tell.
Okay.
She's expelled what we want her to expel. And that's what I want my players to do. I want them to go out there, play hard, get tired,
Sure.
come rest, and we'll put you back in. And she talks about how well our team, just kind of gets along and really care about each other. And there's, that I think that's one of the things that. Not having Kylie last year really, that was a big reason for maybe that little lacking piece that we needed. She kind of is the gel that keeps the team together, and so it's the defense and it's the occasional great shot that she takes, but there's more, much more important, important part of her being here.
That's a long time from the basketball game at Amos Morris last year to July.
Oh yeah, it was way too long.
I imagine
it was awful.
seemed like forever.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was way more than I thought.
Yeah.
What teams you like to play?
Jenna said Norton. That's a good one. I really thought Plainville was something we all were really excited for, and we're excited to see them again after break. That was something we talked about it all day at school. It was a game day that day, so I think Plainville was a good matchup.
Our message against Central Plains. What about them?
Yeah, it was a learning experience. We knew going in that they were going to be good, but we took that as okay, we're going to play them and we're going to try to match it up, and then we're going to have that for the rest of the year. like we played them and we had to play really hard, and that's something that a lot of other teams that we will play won't know.
So what are they up to now? About 90 in a row?
If they played Tuesday, they'd be 91 maybe.
91?
Maybe 91 or 92. So
Unbelievable.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
They're smooth.
What do you want to do when you graduate?
I'm planning on going to K-State and majoring in athletic training.
Oh, so you're gonna
Pass on what you've learned.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just kind of, yeah. Especially throughout my injury, I kind of got to know how all that is. I see the athletic trainer all the time. And I like it. I don't like it, but I like it.
Yeah.
Did you get involved in the athletic trainers while you're doing while you're recovering?
Physical therapy is a lot of like doing. You know, they're there watching me, but I'm having to do a lot of it on my own.
Sure.
So
So you want to kind of go on the
yeah, stay with athletes and things like that. I love it.
and it's great, you know, that a lot of people have had that experience when if they've had problems with the knee or something, you come back and they want to do that,
Yep.
pass that on to someone else.
Or you're working with somebody in the future and they say, well, you don't know how this feels. You go, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I'll probably have the scars to prove it.
You can relate to how they are,
Yeah,
and they
exactly.
can relate to how you did it. That's great. Did you do anything in the spring? Any spring sport?
I'll do track, yeah.
Okay. And how will you do?
Well, usually I pole vault.
Oh, wow.
I don't think that'll probably happen.
God.
I don't know. We'll
They
see.
might frown on that one. I don't know.
Probably try to get me into like the mile or something, but
Okay,
probably
all
stop to have that giant brace. So we'll see. Maybe I'll just practice.
Wow. Anyone who does a pole vault is, in my view,
Yeah,
you know. Anyway, anything else?
Thrower, you could be a thrower.
I could.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe jab.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask this. What about Christmas?
Yeah, I'm excited. I asked for an Apple Watch, so we'll see what I get.
So what do you want? What do you want?
I asked for an Apple Watch, some nice, just college. I just tried to think about things I need for college and stuff. but
Okay, wow. That's great. Well, good luck at K-State.
Thank you.
You're going down there, they have at the same time a new football coach is going to be in there.
Yeah,
right?
I got lucky.
How's that going to be? You follow that at all?
Yeah, I think it'll be good. I like Bill, but
Okay.
we need something different.
Okay. Well, you know, that's the way it was, you know. Everyone, Bill and then when they hired the new guy, there weren't too many people happy about that. But then, after he gave his interviews and stuff, the social media kind of came around and
Yeah, they're
give him a chance.
Yep, exactly.
Because
They
he's
were
pretty
like,
successful.
but now everyone's excited.
Okay, fine.
So we'll see.
Well,
What
you have a
happens.
Merry Christmas.
You
That'll be
too.
fine.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else?
Have a good Christmas.
You too.
Okay, fine. We're going to talk with. Okay, so you're going to come back and you have any big plans for Christmas?
No, just try to get it all. We have several places to go,
Okay, sure.
and I have a lot of wrapping yet to do. I just want to have it run smooth, I guess.
Yeah. Are you a Christmas person? You like Christmas
Yeah,
time?
yeah. It kind of crept up on me this year. I was really hoping to have the weekend before, but we have Christmases
Sure.
this weekend, so I didn't have that weekend. But
Sure.
we'll make it work. So got to hit a few local businesses here this morning. And, finish some
Well, you're
things
going to go out
up.
and see the
Yes,
trains,
after
right?
that,
You're
after
gonna
that,
See the
yes.
trains. All
Yep,
right. Well,
yep.
have a Merry Christmas.
Thank
too.
you, Ted.
Okay, fine. And we'll see you next year.
Yep, there you
Okay,
go.
fine. Thank you. And we'll talk with boys basketball coach here, Keith, after we take this time out.
Coombs Incorporated in Phillipsburg, offering local and long-distance hauling, complete shop service, including an automatic aluminum polisher to restore and refurbish those aluminum truck rims to a mirror finish, and 24-hour towing service. Now hiring over-the-road drivers traveling 48 states. Excellent benefit and pay package. See Coombs Incorporated on Facebook. Coombs Incorporated. You call, we haul.
We're looking for insurance.
Who's free?
Insurance agents work for only one company. Their options are simply limited. But a trusted choice independent agent is free to shop many companies for a better deal. Free to do what's right for you.
Let us shop for you. Contact Rogers & Associate to learn more.
17 in the first half.
Back we are on the Sports Talk, and you have to leave it a little bit to go take pictures
I've
of
got to
it.
go take pictures of the train.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you watch the Polar Express?
No.
Probably don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
do
the movie. Yeah,
Yeah,
but no. I
Great.
might this weekend. I'm going down to the grandchildren's.
Yeah.
3 and 4 year old. We'll probably watch a lot of different things. So.
You ever watch the Hallmark things? Those shows?
See,
Probably you are
I'm
on
more
there.
like
I have
Christmas
little-
Vacation with the
Yeah.
Griswolds
Okay,
type.
yeah.
You know.
The Griswold?
Yeah. I'm
Now,
more-
he has trouble, doesn't he?
or Bad Santa or one of those. I'm more that kind of. You know. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, and when you have to leave, just let
Sure,
us know. I
sure.
know we want to take a picture because you're having your first train show at 10 this morning down at the Cedar River. Keith's with us, and thanks for coming on, Keith. Getting ready for the holidays, and we'll talk about what you can't do anything now with the kids until the 28th, right?
Yeah, from the 23rd to the 27th, we can't be in the gym. So we're going into Christmas break 4-2. We played Tuesday night versus Beloit, and we were off last night. So it's kind of a good time for these boys to be off for a week, coming straight from football into basketball. So hopefully they'll kind of get their legs back underneath them and even be better than they were in 2018.
Okay, what about Beloit? Were they a strong ball club?
Yeah, Beloit we knew was going to be good going into the game. They have some height. They have some 6'7", 6'4", 6'5" kids, and their guards are a good size and athletic and strong. And we knew it was going to be tough. They come out and made everything early, and we got down 14 to 7 the first quarter. Nathan kept us in the first half. He had 17 in the first half to help us out. Everybody else was having trouble putting the ball in the basket, and we didn't have very many turnovers. I think we had around 10 turnovers or less. So we didn't play terrible. We just didn't. Beloit did a good job of defending us, and Nathan made some good shots and some open looks from three that also took it inside and finished. So. We got within 5, had the ball, had a shot at the 3, and just missed it to cut it to 2 with under a minute. So we felt like we didn't play as well as we could, but we were still right in the game. And the Beloit's they're 8th ranked team in 3A, and we're at 2, so it was a good test for us. And they're not in our sub-state, so we won't see them again. But they got a good chance of coming out of their sub-state.
Big night, 24 points. Percentages were really good.
Yeah, I think I was shooting like 60% from both 2 and 3.
Wow. Okay, so
Yeah, you take his shooting stats out, and we're probably shooting like 15% as a team. So Nathan was huge for us to even have a chance in the game. Trey couldn't buy a basket. Ty had 12, and then inside it was just tough to get much inside. But our big guys, I thought, defended really well against their height, and we were giving up 4 to 6 inches per person. It seemed like it the whole night. So we competed well.
you mentioned Trey couldn't buy a basket. What happens? And you played basketball. It's just something isn't clicking at night. Or
Yeah, I mean that's confidence sometimes plays a big role. The defense too. I mean, if you have good defenders like Beloit, they were out on him all over the court. Even these guys, Trey and Nathan and Ty, they extended it out and pressured us and didn't get a whole lot of open threes, especially Trey. Nathan got a couple of open threes, and Ty may have got an open three, but I don't know if Trey even got an open three the whole night. They're going to guard him. Most teams are going to guard him that way. So, and that's why you have 4 of the guys playing. Those like Nathan stepped up and made shots and made plays because he's a big part of our team. It takes everybody.
Did you feel that coming back out of the football that it's going to help you a little bit, to time off a little bit, to acclimate themselves?
Yeah, I think it will. I don't know if Nathan's is tired. He's doing wrestling too, so
Yeah, I was going to ask you about
good
that.
break for him probably. And yeah, there's wrestling talk in. He can tell you about his match he had the other night. What is that, Thursday night?
Yeah, Thursday we were at Waukene for a duel, and I ended up wrestling a girl. So
Really?
That
There's
was-
girls wrestling. What are girls wrestling in Kansas now, aren't
there are some places,
Okay.
and then others are just on the boys' team.
Is that... tough. Is it tough wrestling a girl?
I mean, yeah, I just took it as a regular match, though.
Oh, yeah.
And you want to
yeah.
get it over as quick as you could. Right?
Now, Nathan, she didn't pin you or anything, did she?
Oh, no, I won.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine a wrestling guy out there and being chauvinistic here, out wrestling a girl and you get pinned by? Can you imagine what it would be like that his teammates and what things would be like in school the
I
next day?
don't think Nathan would have came to school.
Yeah, you'd have to transfer to Logan or something.
So they can same rules.
Yep.
I mean everything's
Yeah. So are you enjoying doing both?
I am. I'm enjoying both of them.
Wow. Is this
I
the
mean, your
first?
schedule's got to be pretty busy.
Yeah, I'm pretty busy most days. And then the weekend, I get a little bit of a break,
Yeah.
which is
So-
nice.
So how do you, if it's basketball and wrestling at the same time, how do you determine what you're going to do?
Well, my primary sport's basketball, so I'll
Okay.
end up going to basketball.
I think it's great. If you want to do both, do both. I think that's really
And that's
good.
happening more and more.
Yeah.
You're finding.
It's happened with golf and track a lot. But,
In the regionals in the league,
And none of that stuff matches up, so
Okay.
I
Work
could end
out.
up going to both.
good.
where I have a little bit of practice even almost before those too. So, how many times have you practiced wrestling? 3 or 4 times almost. I mean,
Wow.
About 4 practices, regular practices, and then some other morning practices.
Is this the first year you wrestled
In high school, yep.
in high school? Wow. So,
Did you do little kids?
I did little kids for a year in middle school.
Middle school.
Okay, so you have to kind of basically learn it all over again, right? I mean,
Some of the stuff I remembered, but yeah, I'm relearning most of it.
okay, what weight do you wrestle?
145.
Okay, 140. And there's a lot of wrestlers in 145.
Yeah, it's a big weight class.
Okay, and the middle there. So getting back to basketball, were you in the zone the other night to get 24 points? Did the basket look like that big for you?
I don't know, just everything was like falling for me. I felt really good in warm-ups, and then after my first couple shots during the game, I was really full of confidence.
That's
Yeah.
what go ahead.
yeah, he had good arch on. Somebody hit the bottom of the net every time. It was a pretty shot, and it was needed, and it was good to see.
Another question, in warm-ups, you see you watch them warm up and they're hitting everything, and then in the ball game maybe not, but a lot has to do with them being guard and that kind of thing. But can you feel in the warm-ups, do you feel that, I've got it tonight? Or do you
Yeah,
have that
I think you can feel that. You know if your shot's going to be there or if you should look for easier buckets to start out with
Yeah.
before you just go ahead shooting the long ball.
So was that your first match wrestling?
That would have been my 6th match.
Okay, how are you doing this year?
I'm 3-3 right now.
Okay, all right.
You went to Abilene to a tough one down there.
Yeah, to an Abilene tournament where I
Those were
was.
some big schools.
Yeah, there's a lot of 4A schools there
Yeah.
and some 3As.
That's amazing. Golf and track, it's that's not that much. But now, wrestling and basketball, there's a lot of energy has to go on both of those sports.
And like the wrestling coaches always talk, it's a different shape in wrestling.
Yeah.
It's 3 minutes?
It's 2-minute rounds
2
of
minutes. 3 minutes.
three.
Different
ones,
Yeah.
And
So you got to be endurance for that. And but he's such a good athlete, a great football player, and then he
Sure.
golfs for us. And I don't know, maybe he'll track a little bit too. So he might be one of those 6 sports or 5 sport guys this year.
Gee, it's amazing. How was the transition from football into wrestling and basketball? Was it?
It wasn't too bad. I mean, I would have enjoyed probably a week break or so, but it was all right to just get right into it.
They had a game right away, so that
Sure.
they didn't have to practice too long. I think it keeps their spirits up.
Would you have 4 practices before basketball?
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that?
Was it still wanting to do a little more?
Well, even the first night, I was thinking football plays, which
taking
didn't do too
someone
well.
out, right?
Yeah.
I got to go.
Okay, Alf.
Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas. Get your picture taken.
Have a good trip.
Okay, I sure will. Thank you. He's going to take some pictures of the trains down there. Okay, Nathan. So what are you're a senior?
Yep.
And what are you going to be doing next year?
Wind energy at Cloud
yeah,
County.
That's right. We talked about that. I think that's great. You go. I'm going to Texas, and I mean, about every so often you see these huge wind farms. And it just makes sense. They're building another big one in Kansas, I think, or one down by Hayes. Every time I go on I-70 west of Salina, it looks like you've added 15 or 20 out there with a bunch of them. What made you want to go into wind energy?
The job placement rate was pretty high, and the schooling wasn't too extensive, and I figured it was something I could be successful at.
Sure. What do you have to do? I mean, you have to. Do you look to where you're going to put them, or after you help build them, or you
Like
maintain them?
construction and maintaining.
Okay. And there's a bunch of them on the road, going here, there, and everywhere. You see that. Well, that's great. That now where do you have to go to do that? Colby.
Colby has one, but I was going to go to Cloud at
They have one
Concordia.
too. So they tell you how to construct them. Have you ever been around one?
I've been around a couple down at some college visits.
Well, that's amazing to have a chance to do something like that. Okay, getting back to basketball and / wrestling, what do you anticipate the rest of the year now? You've played some good competition here to start things off. You like playing good teams?
Yeah, it helps us get better as a team real well, so we know what we need to work on.
So you're ready to plans for Christmas? What do you want for Christmas?
I think we're just staying around here and celebrate with my grandma.
Okay, anything special you want for Christmas?
I did just get a car yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
I got a car for Christmas my senior year. 34 Ford. I mean, that was in 51, though, so it wasn't not as old as you think. But I didn't have a car at all in high school until Christmas, and folks said, I thought I had a great Christmas show, and they said, oh, something else. They gave me this key in there that the buckskin Ford is what we call it, 34 Ford. So what'd you get?
I got a Hyundai Elantra.
Okay, wow. So were you expecting it, or?
Yeah, I've been looking around
Okay.
just a little bit, so I thought it might be coming.
Okay, that's good. Great. And I just think that it's great that you're doing well in all the sports. That's amazing. I didn't realize, I guess, and I've had Andy on, and I'm having him on in 2 weeks. So we'll probably talk about that. But do you feel that you've had enough practice?
Yeah.
And I'm talking about wrestling now.
Yeah.
I know you probably like that more.
I'd like a little more, but I think I'm doing all right.
Okay. All right. Well, very good. Well, good luck. And did you pin the girl?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. Good job, Nathan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll take a break again. Okay, another break. We're back with one more guest here after we take this time out.
Your team had our dreams in 1984 and first opened our doors. This is Lloyd Culbertson for First National Bank and Trust. It's a place filled with friends and neighbors who want nothing more than seeing you happy and better off. First National Bank and Trust, Phillipsburg, Logan, and Long Island, Smith County Bank and Smith Center, Solomon Valley Bank, Lloyd. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Okay, back we are on the Sports Talk. Our last guest this morning, of course, Keith Sides, a boys basketball coach. You brought Ty with us, and tell a little bit about him.
Yeah, I brought Ty. He's a sophomore for us. He started last year at the state tournament when Trey Thompson got hurt, and then he started this year for us. Having a good year to start out with. I think he's averaged about 13 points a game and doing some good things. He's maybe turned the ball over a little bit more than I'd hoped, but I got to realize he's only a sophomore, and just like a lot of our guys, other than Nathan and Trey, we're not as experienced, so we're expecting better things in 2009, and Ty's going to be a big part of it.
Okay. Ty, Kevin, you got 12 points the other night against Beloit. Tough ball club. Your brother just couldn't buy a basket, as your dad said here, so... and I asked Nathan, does you like to play good teams, and you think they make you better when you play?
Yeah, they definitely make us a lot better. Playing against weaker teams doesn't really help us get better for down the road, so I like playing against better teams.
So as a sophomore, you still have 2 more years and experience. How do you feel as a sophomore? He's played a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that's last year he come off the bench, and we had so many guys last year, and probably didn't play the minutes that he could have. His coach didn't give as many minutes as he'd like to, I think. But he was ready when we got to the state tournament and did well down there, and knew he was going to be a big part of this year's team. We got a couple other sophomores and Tyler Martin, the junior, the young guards that are going to be good ball players that just need some more experience. And I think by the end of the year, you'll see that experience pay off.
Ty, what do you feel your strength is?
Probably shooting the ball from deep.
Okay, so you like the three, obviously.
Yep.
How many did you take the other night?
I took 6 threes and
Okay,
made
how'd
2.
you do? Okay, so when they put a hand in your face, does that really bother you on a three?
Not too bad, as long as I get up and shoot it early.
You like it out there, you're going and all of a sudden they're open. I mean, a clean open for a three. Does that really help? Can you set better and everything, you think?
Yeah. Sometimes it's better to be a little bit guarded instead of no one around. Then you start thinking about it. But
You ever sometimes you see these threes shot on the run. Do you ever do that? Or you like to be set and
I like to be set more
straight
usually,
away and
yeah.
have a chance to go that?
And Ty can shoot from a long ways. He could be 5 or 6 feet behind the line and shoot with his shot. So he's got a shot that and what he's been making some of those. It's really spreads the defense out. It makes them come out, and if they come out, then he's quick enough to get by him, and then hit somebody else for a better shot sometimes. So he definitely stretches the defense for us.
So that makes it come out. That make it easier then, because open someone else up.
Yeah,
does that help?
like if the team can just get in a zone defense and just pack it in, they won't be able to do that against us because we got shooters on the outside that can score it.
Mm-hmm. Transition, how'd that go from football to basketball? Did that go pretty good for you, do you feel?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
During football season, did you shoot baskets?
Yeah, we shot every morning still.
In
about
the
20
gym
minutes.
there?
Yeah, they usually get to school 7:30 or so before school and get a ball in their hands and shoot free throws and whatever, just to get some shots up, get the feel of it. Trey and Ty and a couple other boys, so they just enjoy shooting. So and knew they always look forward to the basketball season, and a lot of times that pays off. Trey right now he had a good game against Smith Center. He shot well, but other than that, he hadn't shot the ball like he can. So hopefully after break, his shooting will come around.
You gonna like a little time off?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Do you really get, after a while, you man, I wish I'd have to do this? Obviously, sometimes maybe you feel like I just get away from it a little bit. Do you feel that helps?
Yeah.
So you come back and renewed your practice. Now you come right back with a B-team tournament, right?
Yeah, we come back on a Friday. We can practice next Friday, and we'll practice everybody. But then our JV will go to Hill City that afternoon and play like at 5:30 over there. So they'll play Friday, Saturday, then Monday for that JV tournament, and we'll practice in the morning of those days. So, and then we play Plainville that Friday, coming back after the New Year's. So we won't have 5 or 6 practices before we play again. So it'll be like just starting the season again.
Okay, as you you'll have school through Tuesday. Do you come back that Wednesday after the first? Or you come back?
Teachers come back the second. The kids come back the third.
Okay. Was there any reason why there weren't games last night?
I think just close to Christmas. I know like a lot of schools didn't have school yesterday.
Okay.
And I went to a game up in Nebraska last night that the team that Alma, I think they were off of school. Wednesday was their last day, so they had Thursday and Friday off, but then they played that game last night on Friday. So it's just how the schedule works for them.
Coaches I've talked to in the past do not like games on when you don't have school, because if you have school, you know your kids and what they're doing.
Yeah.
And you play that night, but if they aren't in there, it's hard. What happened all day, if they slept all day or ate all day or whatever.
Yeah. And then your crowd and stuff, sometimes you don't get the kids to stay around like on a regular Friday and stuff like that. So it's definitely different.
Okay, so Ty, of course, football, golf?
Yeah,
Golf,
football.
okay, looking forward to that. Are you planning on doing any 4, 5, 6 sports or anything like that?
Maybe golf and track, but
Okay, that's
haven't
amazing
decided.
if you can do that now. Of course, they put baseball in, then there'd be 3 sports you could do.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think baseball, it's up there.
Summertime, yeah.
It's too hard to have, the weather and everything's too hard, and numbers.
Yeah.
Numbers, that's good. So what do you want for Christmas? Nathan
I
got a
don't
car.
I could take a car too.
Nathan's probably been better.
Okay.
Santa gave him the
That's amazing. So, what's your favorite sport? I mean, that's not a fair question because a lot of guys say to get around it by saying whatever sport I'm playing, you know. So you like basketball, obviously.
Yeah, basketball's my
I've
favorite.
got to ask this. I had your mother on last week, and we talked about what it's like around the dinner table with two boys that are good basketball, a girl, a good basketball player, and your dad and your mother coaching. So, do you get into some interesting conversations, or do you leave basketball at school and other things at home?
Yeah, we talked about basketball a lot at home too.
And about what you ever get? Maybe if you did this and that, you get that sometimes.
Yeah, we argue back and forth
How's that
sometimes
go?
too.
We're so busy. It doesn't seem like we
Sure.
sit down and eat together
Yeah, right.
very often.
Sure.
But, as we're getting something to eat, a lot of discussions usually.
Sure. All right. Okay. Well, you have a good rest of the season, Ty. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you too.
Yep,
Anything
Merry
else?
Christmas.
Any final comments? Just
No, we're just 4-2 heading into break and come back and have some good games coming up. Like Plainville will be good. They got a couple good kids that can really score. The Casey kid and the Copeland kid that can put 25, 30 points a game up on them. So we're gonna have to defend well, and if we defend well and get some more inside game and more layups and stuff from our inside and our guards shoot like we can, I like our chances in a lot of the games.
I trailed last week. I didn't know then at the time, but he's going to be on the Shrine Bowl team. How does he feel about that? I bet he'd be excited about that.
Yeah, he's excited to be able to participate in that, and I mean, especially this year, it's going to be earlier, June 8th. And they've been in July or later,
Sure,
so it's
right,
going to be get out of school and have some of that practice and have that game down at Dodge. So I think it'll be a good experience for him. I hope they give him the opportunity to play quarterback. I mean, he's as a quarterback, defensive back,
Sure.
so definitely quarterback's his strength over a D-back. So it'll be a fun time no matter what.
Okay, and of course, Ed's probably going to be playing college basketball, right? And so he'll play football and then go wherever and get ready for. And I'm assuming that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, that's what the plan is for him to play basketball somewhere. He's got some offers, and now it's just finishing out the year and deciding kind of what he wants to do.
Fine. Well, thank you. Well, you have a Merry Christmas, both of you. Thanks for coming in, and we'll see you next year.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. Well, again, I mentioned Andy Kenny will be with us, the wrestling coach, in 2 weeks from now. He was out of town today. I did invite him to come on, and there's summer wrestling every Saturday, and he was out of town. So that's it. I just anything else you can tell, Rachel? No? We will not have a program next Saturday. Unless Bill Self decides to come through town, and maybe we can talk to him there, maybe something. No. So probably we'll be here next Saturday, but 2 weeks we'll be back here. And again, Thursday morning on the Tadpole, we'll be talking with Lance Bunyan about city building, how the city wins on the year. Tim Driggs will be joining us. Also, we'll be talking with Ken Rogers, talk about the legislature, what's going to be coming up there. And also Max Dibble's going to come in and talk about roads on the task force he's on in there. So anyway, we hope that you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we look forward to seeing you next year on the Sports Talk and then next Thursday morning on the Tadpole.